good, easy, just classic way to cook. Well, and that's what I love, what Chef Meredith has done, is makes it really approachable. Now, I remember my first apartment, my mom sent me seasoned cast iron pan and wooden spoons. I love wooden spoons.
I do too. And you know what? I've collected wooden spoons over the whole course of my career. So finally I sat down and I pulled out all my favorite spoons because they're all different shapes and I grabbed them for different reasons. And I said, you know what? Let's make this out of my favorite wood, which is olive wood. Why do I love olive wood? Well, obviously, because it's so beautiful.
It's stunning.
But it's also very dense. And when it's dense like that, it means it's not porous. When it's not porous, it means that it's stain resistant and odor resistant. And of course, olive wood is a fantastic symbol, right? It's a symbol of friendship and reconciliation, of peace, of wisdom. And it is sustainable. It's a sustainable wood. So to me, this is every reason to go olive wood with my favorite spoons.
Can I show you too? We have them all set up back here. This is really like a curated set from Chef Meredith. I think, here, I've got the full set right over here. You do get the spoon rest. I want to remind you though, because it's a full 5-piece set, think about the price. It's $36.72. If you divided this up, maybe you tied one to a cookbook or to you know, some olive oil when you head over to somebody's house. You now have some really beautiful gifts, but you also have this curated collection. You have the spoon rest. This one's like your rice spoon.
Yeah, it's a rice paddle,
It allows you to fluff up the rice, right? But it's also good for smaller portions.
100%.
Sauces sometimes.
Smaller pots and pans,
And then here is our deglazing.
Straight, flat edge. That's what you need to run along the bottom of a pan.
Yeah, that's how my mom always had me break up the stuff on the pan when I was making gumbo.
Okay.
And she's like, it's got to have a sharp edge.
Absolutely.
And right here?
That's my rounded flat spoon. That's great when you want a lot of heft. If you're stirring, like I have some sweet potatoes here. I want to scoop out a big bunch of sweet potatoes. You're going to use the wide, rounded spoon.
This one doesn't want to behave today, so I'm just going to hold it.
It's
How
a
about
naughty
this one?
spoon. This one is actually my favorite, I think, and it's got the sort of a sloped side, at the sloped curve at the end. It's really good to get into corners of pans.
Yeah.
Works really beautifully, but look how different they all are. And
Yeah,
that's
good point.
the beauty of olive wood. Every single piece is going to be different, and I love it for that. So go ahead.
Well, I just appreciate that you've kind of curated the most used, because I think a lot of us sometimes we've got that whole kitchen crock full of them, but if we really narrow it down, there's a few. You're getting the ones selected from a trained chef.
Yeah, well, I mean, and honestly, to me, you said you still have your wooden spoons, right? I still have my wooden spoons. This is a gift that lasts forever. What I actually, I have to tell you, I purchase these spoons every time I come on. I go back.
Like, wait a second, they're $36?
Well, yeah, I purchase them because you know what? I've got 5 gifts here. You grab a bottle of wine and you tie a spoon to it, because when you go to somebody's house and you bring a bottle of wine, the wine disappears.
It goes pretty quickly.
The spoon lasts forever.
Look, or they, you know, because then there's lots of bottles, they might forget who brought it, but this one they're not going to forget. And it's such a beautiful presentation, really thoughtful. Now, this is the final order for the entire year. So if you want a set for yourself, but you love the idea of being able to break apart the gift, and I think, Chef Meredith, as you said, when you're gifting a wooden spoon, they will use it year after year after year. What do you recommend for best care for olive wood if we've never used olive wood before?
So, well, here's the thing. Olive wood does not go, no wood goes in your dishwasher.
Sure,
okay?
easy.
But I'm just showing you that deglazing here. This is what your mom probably had you doing, scraping up the bottom.
Yeah, yeah.
But you see, it cleans the bottom of the pan at the same time, and that deglazing spatula makes it easy because it's such a nice, wide, flat edge. But you're going to not put these in the dishwasher. You're going to wash them by hand, and then after washing them several times, you're going to see them get a little bit, what's the word? Like
hungry?
Well, you are going to get hungry. The spoons might get a little bit drier in their look. So all you do is you take some food grade mineral oil, or I did olive oil this morning, and you just oil them and they come right back. It's actually one of the most gratifying home tasks you can do.
They're beautiful.
Polishing copper, which is harder, but then oil your wooden spoons, and look how gorgeous.
Yeah, those are
look
beautiful.
How gorgeous they
and
are.
It's that full 5-piece set. Let me show you the full set. Well, you have the full set in your hand.
Yeah, except
you
for the
also
spoon
get
rest.
the spoon rest, which here, let me just borrow this little guy. There's the full set. So you can see all of them. But for $36.72, you know, and here, let me, like, I would explain, I remember having to explain to my husband when we got married how to care for the cast iron and the wooden spoons. Please, honey, just don't leave them in the sink with water.
No.
Like, I just clean them right away. I put them on the towel right next to the sink. They don't go in the dishwasher. Sometimes I would say, if it's pretty, don't put it in the dishwasher.
That's a good point.
That was just an easier, like, any of my, if it's pretty, just don't put it in the dishwasher. These are pretty.
Very.
And they will perfect form.
And that's the thing. They're not just beauty. They are hardworking tools.
Yeah.
They are, again, olive wood. Why do we love olive wood? Because it's dense. Why do we care? Because when things are dense, they're not porous. When they're not porous, they're stain resistant and odor resistant.
They're
huge. Beautiful, and they are a beautiful symbol as well.
Yeah.
A symbol of friendship and reconciliation. You know, offering the olive branch. That's offering a peace.
I love that.
And
I am so sorry about last week. No.
Exactly. Now you can do all the offenses to all your friends you want because now you have a way to say sorry. That's what the beauty is of olive wood.
And also a great way to cook. You're gonna love this curated set. It's all 5 pieces and the spoon rest. Chef Meredith Lawrence, you are the best. Thanks for being with us here this morning. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, hey, before we dive in